Today we're going to play Pokemon Red with only a Koffing. Koffing was awful in Pokemon Yellow, so I expect this to be a pretty painful experience. In terms of tier list stuff, last time we played Ekans, we finally got a Pokemon in the F tier. And if you hear things in the background, it's because we have a tiny new foster cat. It's like a tiny... We don't know if it is a male cat or a female cat because on the slides from the foster agency it said female, and then on the carrying case when the cat arrived it said male. So we're just using gender neutral pronouns at the current time until they clarify the cat's gender. Anyways, this little cat, they're filled with energy because they're very tiny and really want to see our other cats, so they're scratching at the door and putting their paw under the door and making lots of noise. So that's what you're hearing in the background while I'm streaming today. You're hearing the tiny cat. Today I think Koffing is destined for the Surge or Bruno tier. I would be very surprised if we get an F tier placement. I don't know if it's possible for us to beat Ekans' results, 1 hour, 14 minutes, and 15 seconds. In every way, it seems like Koffing is just a worse Pokemon. Let's make the case for that. So for base stats, its base stats are actually quite good if you look at its base stat total. But then when you start breaking them apart, you realize that it's got a sort of bad distribution. 40 HP, 65 attack, 95 defense, 35 speed, and 60 special. 60 special's nice because we do get some coverage moves, some, and we have a 6.64% chance to crit because of our awful base speed. We are probably not going to outspeed stuff like the Champion's Alakazam. We have medium fast growth rate, which is not amazing for the early game. And then in terms of move pool and coverage, we've got limited options. We start with Tackle and Smog. Through level up, we get Sludge at 32. That is our first level up move. At least it's the same type attack bonus move, and at least it is Sludge, the best poison type attack in the game, because Sludge Bomb doesn't exist until Generation 2. Beyond that, Smokescreen, Self-Destruct, Haze, and Explosion. Self-Destruct and Explosion are useless for solo challenges with my rules. Haze is essentially useless because it removes badge boosts, but I could see Smokescreen being useful. I hope that we don't have to resort to it. Through TM and HM, an incredibly limited set. I'm going to read every single move. Toxic Rage, Thunderbolt, Thunder, Mimic, Double Team, Bide, Self-Destruct, Fire Blast, Rest, Explosion, and Substitute. I think we're going to be using Thunderbolt and Fire Blast today. Maybe Mimic, probably Mimic, and maybe Bide and Rest. Yeah, so Brock is going to be absolutely horrible, yes. Okay, so we start the game with Tackle and Smog. It is a rough set. I would like to poison as fast as possible here. So we're using Smog. We're not going to get it. Okay. But we'll still win. Look at that learn set. I know, right? We will be doing Blackout training, but we're going to fight these people first because it tends to be the case. What I've been finding is with weak first stage Pokemon, fighting the what's his name? The junior trainer inside of Brock's gym, it ends up being almost impossible to beat him if you don't do some early training, and then you'll lose the first battle and gain no experience, and then it's just awful. So I personally like to just go through the forest once, fight all the people in the forest, which is only 3 bug catchers in red and blue. There are 2 more people in yellow that you can fight. This gives me a little bit of levels, and then I can heal in Pewter City, and then fight the... I'm not going to fight this. And then fight the junior trainer over and over again. Fighting the optional rival... See, this is why I didn't want to do this. We're still going to lose, even though we fought the trainers. So you could save before him, and then reset if you lose. I thought we were going to win. Are we going to lose a second time? Oh my, that was so close, but alright. Level 37 Smokescreen. No, we're going to need level 20 or something. We're going to need a really high level. I think that's the only option. I think we might win this one because of poison early and our high health after Diglett. If we got Sludge earlier, I think we could fight Brock with Sludge because it's probably going to do 2 damage at some point. Just because we get the same type of attack bonus. Alright, so we beat the junior trainer at level 13. We're going to go back. We are going to fight the the optional rival, and we're gonna fight a bunch of Pokemon in the forest. Alright. Well, this didn't really give us a lot of experience. Like, it was fine. So we fought all the trainers now. Like, we could try it at this level. Like, I don't know if I have... No, I don't want to do this. I don't want to save. Or I don't want to heal. We want less so that we can eventually struggle. I might have too many moves. I don't know. We'll see. I can always, like, go back and get rid of moves if it feels like this is going to be possible. Okay, Brock. Hey, that's encouraging damage right there. Well, it was until he used a defense curl. And then it got a lot worse. One thing about Smog is if we do poison, he will have to full heal, which will make it so that the Onix does not attack. That is advantageous for us. I think we have too many moves in this case. I don't think we have enough PP or HP now, because if we start using Struggle, we're just going to knock ourselves out. And that's that. Okay, let's try this again, but let's use up a few more PP and then see if we can get to Struggle a little bit faster. I don't want to go down too far in PP in case we realize we do need more. Like, slightly more. And I use, like, a bunch up. He defense curled turn 1. I think I'm just going to reset defense curl turn 1. Yeah, Alakazam has probably beat Koga by this point. I'm not entirely sure. We should race the Alakazam splits. Should put the Alakazam splits in and then race against them. Oh, this is kind of rough. Yeah, that crit was great. If we could crit a couple times here after they defense curl, would be better. Okay, so we're going to have to use Smog here. I think we need to train higher. I'm going to go to level 19. I said I wasn't going to fight him at level 19, but that will be the point that I outspeed the Onix every time. We could add code that would just prevent me from using items in battle at all times. Like, it would just never work. I don't know. I'm probably not going to do that. Okay, this was really good, Geodude. Yes. Okay, we got Poison turn 1, then a miss, then Poison turn 2. Bide, and 2 misses into Bide. That was great. We're getting a lot of poisons here with Smog. It has, I think it's a 30% chance to poison in Gen 1. It's like quite high. Okay. I think he's actually poisoned now. So Tackle does do more damage than Smog, so we'll switch back to that unless he uses Bide. So we'll switch to Smog. That's why we outspeed. And that's that. Okay, 26 minutes and 28 seconds to beat Brock. You know, this is going to be faster. Maybe we'll get it down closer to 20 minutes for the second run. This is not that bad. We did beat Alakazam's finish time with the Brock split, so there is hope. What if we smogged the Paris? Look at Smog's base power right now. 120. These Pokeballs look really off. Like, the colors are not quite different enough. I don't know if we fight that guy. We could fight that guy. I think I'm going to fight the Bug Catcher because I am super effective against this Pokemon and I'll knock them out really quickly. This move is terrible. Maybe I won't knock them out quickly. There's no advantage to fighting Misty right now because she gives Bubble Beam and Bubble Beam will not help us. The only advantage to fighting her is gaining experience, but we're not going to gain a new move. We're not going to get... I don't think we're going to outspeed the Pidgeotto because it has 33. Wow. 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 Do we teach Bide because Sand Attack is so bad? I think we do just teach it. There's no reason to not have it. We'll probably use it for Misty. That was awful. Pidgeotto was just terrible. It doesn't have to do that. We can just knock it out in 4 hits. Okay, we did it. Okay, that's not that bad. We didn't even have our accuracy lowered once this time. Such a different battle. And then the Rattata just misses with Tail Whip. Okay, Squirtle's a little bit annoying. But the Tail Whips are badge boosting us and stuff like that, so... Overall, not the worst rival to. It probably doesn't make sense to optimize for that in the second playthrough because Brock is so slow and then training up like 2 or 3 levels to outspeed the Pidgeotto is just going to be a massive investment. Yeah, Bide can't Gen 1 miss. Yeah, that's correct. Bide had bypasses accuracy checks in Generation 1. They changed this later, though. Okay, Misty. I think we... What? That was a critical hit. Okay, fine. I think we bide here. Okay, X defend turn 1 is perfect because then we absorb damage. Crit. Yeah, haze removes badge boosts, even though intended ones. And so when you use it, it's actually not good for you. I don't know if there is a case where using haze is good for you in Gen 1. Probably. Oh, I think I'm dead. Yeah. Scott, how are we feeling about Substitute? Substitute takes so long to get. It's like 6 minutes of investment to get it. With Koffing, like maybe it makes sense. Oh, missed everyone misses tackle apparently. All right. Got her. I do think this is the best strategy against Misty. I think knocking your Pokemon out with tackle doesn't make a ton of sense. It's so slow. And she's probably going to get you with just bubble beams. Bide provides a way to do it. And then we can not have to backtrack here. Which means after we finish the SSN, we can fight Surge right away and get Thunderbolt. What is the speed of the Kadabra here? It's 45. Okay. That's not good. Wait, do we have to train for like... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh wait, we could just wait till it teleports a bunch, but okay. I think the Kadabra has to use teleport twice. Obviously, using candies now to get Sludge makes no sense. So we're either gonna sink like 5 to 10 minutes into training to get Sludge to make this easier, or we're gonna do it this way. I don't think it makes any sense to level up like 1 or 2 more times. I guess we like break the speed tie with Raticate, but like probably not worth it. Okay, we only actually need 1 teleport then if we can go into the Kadabra with a decently high amount of health. This is not that bad. This is probably the worst Rival 3 has ever been. Other than when I used Shedinja in yellow and the Spearow just used Peck over and over again. Yeah, teleport. There we go. Yeah, double teleport. See? Training for a fight like this and changing your strategy almost never makes sense. When there's like one Pokemon that you just have to luck through. Scott, who is the greatest solo runner of all time? What's like the definition for greatest, right? Like how are you evaluating what great is? Because I think that like there are a bunch of different people in the format doing a bunch of different things. It's kind of hard to say that one of them is better than the other one. Watch out for the X speed. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, look at him. He's X speeding here. Well, he's going to be faster than me. He's already faster than me. Well, we got paralyzed. Oh no, X speed. He's probably... Wait. Okay, no. See, like, Small Ant doesn't really feel like a solo runner, though. I'm sure he's done solo runs, but, like, I don't really think of him when I think of this format. He's like a challenge runner. And if we say, like, challenge runners, then we are also including, like, a bunch of Nuzlockers and stuff. And I don't have a good enough sense of how all the Nuzlockers play. And then, like, we could include speedrunners, but, like, are we actually including speedrunners or are we including solo challenge runners? Because, like, if we include speedrunners, this is actually brutal. This search is terrible. Maybe we do need Sludge at this point. And we just do need to do a ton of early game training. Like, Surge is rough. This would be possible in yellow because he only has 1 Pokemon. But in this case, he has 3. And he's slowly wearing us down, and then the Raichu comes in and deals massive damage. Okay, I was hoping for that. Okay, just... Yeah. You're kidding me! Paralyzed on the turn that I needed to unleash energy. Yeah, I think in run 2, I was starting to think that. Like, maybe if we figure out... If our finish level is not super high, then it might make sense to train to, like, 29 before the rival or something, and then triple candy, and then beat the rival that way. Gosh. Let's just commit to this strat and see how it goes. We could back out and train half a level and then triple candy. But I get a little bit scared about the Elite Four then. We do have to face an Alakazam at the end of the game. We have base 35 speed. I'm not sure. Maybe we do need Sludge. There are some fast trainers over here that give pretty good experience yields that we can fight. Oh my. This is rough. No, not the Sandshrew guy. Are you kidding me? I don't want to smog the Zubat. Alright, don't fight this guy. Disgusting. I knew this run was going to be painful. I don't think I'm like the fastest or most efficient. I think that there's a lot of people that are actually more skilled than me in this format. Like, Ike the Killer for Gen 3 is definitely better than me. I think Ike the Killer is probably better than me in Gen 1. Ike the Killer doesn't really play Gen 2. Snowy's better than me at Gen 2. Austin and Zealous Pawn are better than me at Gen 1. I think I'm of similar skill to Steve M plays in Gen 1. Maybe slightly better. But that one's, I think, pretty close. I think if you sit us down and we do races, like, we'll trade results fairly often. Alright, this is so much easier if you have Sludge. Got it. Hey, how come animations only come on in the last rival battle? That is how the game is programmed. The final rival battle, the champion battle, the game automatically turns on the animations. So if you play the game regularly on a Game Boy, that happens. And I just never... I don't want to change default behaviors of stuff like that in the game, so I just didn't modify it. I'm just thinking, like, what else is Fire super effective against? Like, well, the Executor. But, like, no, there's a better option. You're hearing my, like... You're hearing my, like, what is it called? Stream of consciousness. It's not like a well-reasoned out statement. Yeah, if you like listening to me in the background, you're going to have my voice on all day. Buttery smooth, putting you to sleep at work. Sorry. Oh, that was actually fast. I didn't expect Thunderbolt to one-shot all of those. I think it two-shot the first one, then we leveled up or something, or we just got better damage rolls. And then crit there, okay. So, like, this is pretty fast. Just save some Thunderbolt PP. You want to use neutral moves when possible to not print the text that says, like, this is not very effective or this is super effective. If you can avoid that text, then you save a little bit of time, but I always miss this somehow in red version. I don't know why it's different than yellow, because I don't miss it in yellow. So, the wheezing is going to be locked into self-destruct. But if we're in a bad position, somehow, but we shouldn't be, because we should be able to use rest. But if we are somehow in a bad position, which seems... impossible. We can't always use Smokescreen on the Koffing, and then... Oh, well, we can just use Smokescreen on the Wheezing now. Oh, well, it's not going to work, actually. I guess rest? Well, nah, we just survive. Unlike Ekans, Koffing has a lot of defense, so we don't have to fear the the self-destruct like Ekans did. Ekans had to use Dig, and then the Wheezing had to self-destruct when it was above when it was underground. I don't know if I can fight the rival. I'm level 47. We're going to try, but I don't know if this is going to work. Okay, so Pidgeot was fine. Potion on the Growlithe, and then the Execute is going to be easy. We're not going to learn Explosion. What about Alakazam? Obviously it's faster. Psybeam, more than half, but we one-shot. And then we have Blastoise, which we are going to two-shot and it uses Bubble, so we can beat the rival. Okay. I don't know about this. Okay. Alright, don't go here. Cool. I always think of myself as like a very competitive person, but I think about competition more from the lens of like, I'm competing against myself. How can I be a better version of myself than I was like yesterday? How can I make my stuff better than the stuff that I was making a year ago? I actually think that like largely competition is kind of useless. Like even in business. Like all the businesses that I really look up to and I think are successful and doing great things in the world, like they're not thinking about how to beat their competition. They're thinking about how to make their products as good as possible. They're like really hyper-focused on making their stuff amazing. We're going to do all of the Route 21 training here. It's fast, and we have Thunderbolt, and these trainers give good experience yields, and we're a Koffing, and I think just soaking all of this up right now makes sense. What I do here is, if I always try to make things perfect and really good, and like the highest possible quality, I have to do less stuff. And that's really hard for me as a creative person, with ADHD, and just like, I want to do a lot and I can see a lot of things happening in my head, but I can't execute on all of them myself. And so if I want to do all those things, then what I need to do is I need to trust other people that they can execute, and I don't need to micromanage them. That has been something that I have actively been working on over the last couple of years. I might want... Look at these super potions. Well done, Blaine. Roar. Okay. Blaine. Definitely worse than Surge. Yeah, Sean is a beast. Yeah. Yeah. When you start working with someone else creatively, you realize that they don't actually have your brain and they can't do everything the exact same way that you're doing everything. And then it becomes very, very, very hard to let go of all the creative choices. But if you want to move forward and not just continue doing everything yourself, you have to let go. I think we do Mimic now, save Fire Blast, then Fire Blast for the champion. I don't think mimicking something from the champion is going to be useful. None of Agatha's Pokemon have Psychic in Red and Blue. That's only Yellow. So we have to sludge this first one. Hopefully we get lots of guard specs like that. Then we're going to Steel Dig from the next Pokemon. Is it going to go underground? It's going to go underground and hit us with a dig, isn't it? Not a huge fan of this whole interaction. Do we have to get tail whipped by this thing until we outspeed the Dugtrio so that we can mimic dig? Or do we have to survive dig? I think we... well, it can't, yeah, okay, the guard spec does work. Happy with that. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Good job, Stinky. Killing it right now. This works. Guard spec works. Guard spec is the path to victory. This might be the first time that we have had to rely on a guard spec from Giovani. I really appreciate everyone who supports the channel directly. It is what allows me to do this and put so much time into these solo runs. If I didn't have so much direct support from all of you, I would have to do things like not doing 3 playthroughs obsessively with some Pokemon, or not doing like... I don't know. Some of the later games are really hard to do and justify because they don't get as great views, but they also take a lot longer to film, which is not a great combo. Okay, so I think here we mimic agility because it's locked into agility, and then we can set up. And even if we don't, like, we can also rest here for free and just heal because it'll just keep doing this, as you can see. Then we knock it out, and now we're faster than the Alakazam, and we should just one-hit with Sludge, and then it's not a problem. So Rival 6 is actually very easy. Look at that. Okay, Lorelei. This is actually... Wait, we're just gonna crush her. Wait a second. Are we gonna... Wait. Oh. Oh. Wow. Some surprising damage ranges there. I didn't expect it to be that easy. It was really easy. Like, Dugong's locked into rest, Slober's locked into amnesia, like Austin is saying in chat. I don't have anything good against the Onix. I can mimic Harden and then badge boost. This is not possible in yellow because the Onix does not have Harden in yellow. Oh, I didn't PP up. Well, 5 Hardens should be enough. Maybe not. Might run a PP. Just let it knock itself out slowly. Okay, let's hope we poison this fairly quick. Okay, that's good. We're fine. This is the slowest that we've ever done. Mimic Rage? No, I don't think Rage. It doesn't have Dig. Yeah, the Onix has Dig in yellow, not in this game. Then the second one has Earthquake in yellow. Okay, not that bad. Like, I think we should candy before this at some point, but I'm gonna just keep going without candies and see what happens. Oh no. Okay, I'm gonna candy here. I am gonna save 1 candy for the champion just in case. Thunderbolt's okay at this higher level. No! Took away my badge boosts. The worst. Koffing's old art had a little more smoke hands. Yeah, the smoke hands are so cool. The other Koffing arts are really neat, like smoke hands and stuff, yeah. This is like kind of awful because my Thunderbolt PP is low. I think we win now, though. Maybe Hypnosis here. We don't win. That was Agatha playing the way that she should always play. Hypnosis, then Dream Eater. Imagine if she did that every time. She had like an AI script that's like, when they're not asleep, put them to sleep. When they're asleep, use Dream Eater. That would be terrifying. Ah. How to make Agatha the best trainer in the game. This is painful. Well, don't screech me. Like, screeches here are kind of annoying because then we do a lot of damage to ourselves when we hit ourselves in confusion. But we're gonna just try and put the final Gengar to sleep as soon as possible, and hopefully it doesn't go for Hypnosis. Trying to save Thunderbolts for the final Gengar because she has Super Potions. Hypnosis works. Gonna 4-hit, maybe Super Potions. Yep. Got her. Get ready. Check this out. I don't even know why I saved. The only reason I saved actually is in case the Aerodactyl uses Supersonic. And this thing can actually do damage at the beginning of the fight too, but we're faster than it. And then we just... watch this. He's going to do nothing. Oh, the Aerodactyl, actually, we can mimic agility here earlier into the fight and then set up so that we're faster than it. Even if we lose the badge boosts, it doesn't matter. Because we'll be faster. And then I think Thunderbolt has a guaranteed one-hit. Yep. Lance is... basically free. We could Gen 1 miss on the Gyarados and get hit by Hyper Beam or Hydro Pump. Would you do live battle streams? I have not ever done competitive Pokemon, so I would have no idea what I'm doing, and I don't know if that would be the best content. Okay. Okay. This is the true moment. What happens here? Ah! Okay. All right. I think the Fire Blast is better. I wish we could one-shot that. It would make getting to the Alakazam just a little bit easier. But without... Huh. Gen 1 miss. I'm not committing to a strategy here. I'm just gonna like continue going in without saving and doing this stuff before the fight. I just don't want to get stuck and then realize that we're in like an oddish situation where it would have been better to make different choices, but I've already saved over them. The Alakazam doesn't actually seem that bad because it can't one-shot us with Psychic. And, well, if we crit, that's really good. And then Fire Blast here, we can burn, which would help, but we're going to two-shot. It's pretty good. We retain badge boosts now for the Arcanine, and it can badge boost us further. We can heal here first turn because it is going to go for Hypnosis, but it's likely to miss, and we do a lot of damage. This champion is so much easier than in yellow version. It is so much easier. I can't believe this. Okay, 140-40. 24 resets, 8 blackouts. Finish the game at level 71 with 1,033 bonks. 5 hours, 49 minutes game time. Okay, let's summarize the run now. Fight all the bug catchers in the forest to be a high enough level to then blackout train on Lightyear's junior trainer as much as possible. After that, fight wild Pokemon in the forest all the way to level 19. We can backtrack all the way to the second rival fight on Route 22 and fight him for more experience, which will help our progress slightly. After fighting Brock at level 19, level 18 was too low, level 20 doesn't change as much from 19. The reason 19 is important is just to outspeed Brock's Onix. And also, we tried Smog on Geodude. It doesn't work as well. You have to tackle Geodude and then Smog the Onix. Inside Mount Moon, the one bug catcher, use Bide for Misty, then train on Route 11 on the Gambler 2, Youngster 12, and both Engineers. After that, Rest and the Gentleman Candy, that'll take you up to level 29. Use 3 rare candies to get to level 32 for Struggle prior to Rival 3. The reason this level is important for Rival 3 is because then we have a speed tie for the Kadabra, and we have 1-hits and outspeeds on the Pidgeotto as well as the Raticate. Sludge is obviously required for Surge. He was terrible the first time around. We can use Bide for the self-destructing Hiker and then not have to teach Rest, which frees up our moveset for a little bit later on so that we can have Fire Blast, making a bunch of other fights more convenient. Tower, Erica, Cycling Road, use PP ups for Thunderbolt, Koga, then Sylph, train all the way to level 48 and rival at this level. Route 21, fight all 8 good trainers here, fight the first of the Tumble Bros, then inside of Cinnabar Gym, fight the first 2 trainers along with the Rapidash guy, and then fight Blaine. Grab the Power Plant Candy and use 8 rare candies up to level 62 prior to Sabrina, so level 54 up to 62. Minimum battles on Giovani, but we can teach Fire Blast and Mimic inside his gym, making the trainers a little bit faster. For Rival 6, Mimic Agility, no Victory Road trainers, Lorelei, Mimic Amnesia, Bruno, we have Fire Blast for Onyx, it's going to speed things up. Then for Agatha, teach Rest in the place of Fire Blast, she's too sketchy without the ability to heal. Lance is free if you Mimic Agility, 1 rare candy before the champion, Thunderbolt Pidgeot, luck through Alakazam, winning with either a crit, reflect, Psybeam, or Psychic into reflect. Rest on Rhydon, Mimic Horn Drill, knock it out. You can Horn Drill the following Arcanine and Executor, but it's not required. You can get by them using Sludge. After that, 2 Thunderbolts for Blastoise, and that's it. I'm going to go for this, because we did decent damage first turn, and wow, it's getting bad now. There's a lot of defense curls here. Oh my gosh. Actually, excuse me, at some point, when it keeps using Defense Curl, it's actually good, because it's not attacking us, and we're rolling the dice for a crit. Like that. So, the Defense Curl initially is bad, but then we want it to use a lot of Defense Curls after about, 3 or 4 turns. This is actually going pretty well. We're going to get first attempt Brock. That would be beautiful. This would be pure beauty if it's first attempt Brock. Don't jinx it. Come on. Yes! 5 minutes and 19 seconds faster than the first run. I'm going to save just in case we don't knock out the Pidgeotto, because it will be faster to reset than Blackout if the Pidgeotto doesn't go down. So far so good. Okay, 1 Sand Attack. Only 1 Sand Attack. That's pretty good. Okay. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Do we bide this? I don't really want to. Well, we should have, but... Oh, I should have taken the Blackout. Sorry, I'm just so used to using the reset button. No, we can just remove training on Route 11 if we take the Blackouts here. I'm sad I didn't take that one. Paris would have won. Yeah, Paris could have won. That is true. Because we didn't deposit Paris. We got this time, though. This is not that bad. One fast reset, 1 very long reset here to the rival, but overall, pretty good. Yeah, we even gained a little bit of time. 8 seconds over the previous run there. I would reset the run. Okay, sure. Well, then I encourage you to do your own runs. It would be great to see someone else push Koffing to the limit and not get any resets there. Uh-oh. Well, I think we're going to lose. Maybe not. No! X defend turn 1. Not ideal. Well, a lot of tackles. That's good. At least no water guns. Okay, come on. Bubble beam me now. Bubble beam. Oh, that's good. Yep, bye-bye. Really good Misty. Dropped a little bit of time here, but not really an important amount of time. So many sand attacks. No. Yeah, yellow is way harder for Koffing. My stat experience is different. I think I have 1 less speed than I was supposed to have for this fight. So we do not tie the Kadabra like we were going to before. This is an outcome of me doing more blackout grinding to the junior trainer than we intended to do. Because this time we won at almost level 16. Last time we won at level 13. So that's where, that's where stat experience changes. It doesn't matter though. I think that fight is actually so consistent with the sludge strategy that it doesn't really matter. Okay, this was the worst battle of the last playthrough. Can't believe I'm saying that, but this is gonna be fine now. We have sludge. Surge. X speed, perfect. Yeah, bide is gonna be used against the self-destructing hiker. That's it. That's the last thing it's useful for. Oh my gosh, so much better. Look, look at the improvement on the Surge split. I love it. That is the biggest improvement I've ever seen on Surge. I can't believe that. What am I forgetting? I feel like I'm forgetting something. Am I forgetting something? No, I'm not. Last time I had rest on my set. Oh, and then I took smokescreen, but we never used smokescreen once, so it was just useless. That's what it was. So like bide tackle, it feels like there's 2 unused move slots right now, and there essentially are, but if we want the flexibility to have both mimic at the same time as Fire Blast late into the game, we can't teach rest now. Look, we're just gaining more and more time, like small amounts on each split. It's great. I want to check something. I think this is the correct level and I wrote it down wrong. Because I think I remember going in at 47, and there's no way that I'm going to get to 48 before the rival. Oh, I did it differently last time. I went to Koga first, which gave me more levels for this. No to explosion. Uh-oh. Well, it's just going to self-destruct. We're fine now. Okay, rival. I'm so glad that sand attack missed. We're fine. If that Alakazam had Psychic. Wow, we're really ahead in this split. We've gained more time too. There's a possibility of digging. I don't want to do it. Obviously, I don't think this is ideal, but like if this battle was brutal because of Rhyhorn or something like that, you could... Oh, that's really great. You could just dig out of here. And then go fight... Blaine, teach Fire Blast, and then come back and win this fight. This is what I was scared of. This was fine with rest, but without rest, it's a bit sketchy. I think once we poison this, we bite on it. Then it stops attacking. Okay. Well, that did a lot. I think we won some interactions there. I think we're dead. But we are going to do Fire Blast. That's the play here. This is not really good. This guy's so bad. Look at that stomp. In yellow, that stomp would have done way more damage because the Rapidash is like 10 levels higher. Oh no. Wow, we'll still win. Okay, Giovani. Just attack this like this. Well, this is way better, so do it like this. Level 53 Pokemon still running Bide and Tackle. Yeah, that might be the longest we've had Bide and Tackle on a set in one of these solo runs. It was pretty long. Okay, we pray here. Pray that Giovani is not awful. Come on. Come on, please. Please, 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 please. Actually, that's amazing. He gave us badge boosts to speed us up. And then we moved first against the Doug Trio. So basically the perfect scenario there. Love it. And remember, the Rhydon cannot attack us. It's locked into either Guard, Spec, or Fissure. Alright, even with some mistakes, we have maintained our advantage from Surge and built on it throughout the mid-game. We're going to mimic Agility from the Growlithe. I love that we don't level up for the Alakazam, so that we get the badge boosts for knocking it out quicker. We do have to two-shot the Blastoise, but that's not a huge deal. Unlike most runs, where that is a big deal. It's nice not having to optimize around that fight for once. Because that fight has been, I would say, like an optimization choke for a lot of the runs. And it kind of haunts me ever after the Paris stream. Okay, I have one superstition in solo running Generation 1. And that is when you stand on top of Lorelei, she beats you. I don't know where this came from, but I have, every time I stand on top of her, I get really bad results, and then I move and save and then beat her. So this is like my weird Scott's Thoughts superstition about Lorelei. Never save or battle her from above. I don't know why, but it's a thing. Like, it's like, I'm always looking for her to, like, not surf me with the Slowbro in yellow, and then she always does when I'm standing on top of her. Oh my gosh. This is so much better than it was last time. I can't believe it. Wow. It doesn't matter. Okay. Rest in the place of Fire Blast. Lorelei. No, not Lorelei. Agatha. We're just thinking about Lorelei a lot right now. Mimic. Well. Okay, that went bad. Yeah, battling Agatha from on top is fine. Yeah, that's fine. There's no issues with Agatha. Lorelei, though, you gotta be careful. Stop. Stop! This is a terrible Agatha. Absolutely terrible. Wow. Why didn't we keep Fire Blast? It's not useful for anything else after this. Because we're gonna use Horn Drill to knock out the Rhydon on the Champions team. Alright. We're finally making some progress here. Well, we level up after this. We planned that. Thanks to Red Ryosi, I think it was. Do I do it now? No. I want to avoid it if I can. Alright, we're gonna do it now. Doesn't recover the speed, but at least we get consistency again. The final Gengar does not have Hypnosis. So. Okay, we did it. Wow, I can't believe we didn't drop time there. We actually gained time. And then we have Thunderbolt for this and the Dragonite that follows. If it uses Barrier, it doesn't matter as long as we're spamming Thunderbolt. Oh, the Hyper Potion there to slow us down. Bit annoying. But we got a crit. Sped things up a bit. Do you think there's a faster Pokemon to speedrun? Yeah. Like, yeah, like Mewtwo and stuff will be faster than Nidoking. Okay, not getting great luck here. We're not going to do under 120. That's fine. We're going to crush our earlier time. We have so long to get this right. Crit there, okay. Not getting great Pidgeots, I gotta say. Wow, that's pretty good. No, but Paralyze. Nice. Awesome. Crit. Alright. Beautiful. Well, I tried. Oh my gosh. We got some good badge boosts. I guess. And it gives us the one shot there. It's actually a benefit of using a bunch of Horn Drills. Okay, 121.06. 13 resets, 18 blackouts. Finish the game at level 69. Nice. Even gained some time over the Lance split. We were 19 minutes and 15 seconds ahead of the previous pace. And then the champion, we were 19 minutes and 34 seconds ahead of the previous pace. I think everyone here can see that this run can go much faster than this if you just get some better luck at key fights like Agatha, stuff like that. Overall, I think this is like a pretty good Koffing run. Like, I'm really happy with this time. This time I think holds up really well compared to previous years of Koffing playthroughs. I also think Koffing is better than I thought it was. It just is. At least in red version. Maybe I'll come back and do yellow again and then be like, no, I take it back. It did not get a time under 120, so it's not going to be alongside Ekans in the F tier. It's going to be Surge tier. Although I'm really happy with it. I think this Surge tier result is a lot better in the Surge tier than I was expecting. I kind of thought we might get Bruno tier today with Koffing, and it really isn't that bad. It didn't beat Paris, so it's going to be behind Paris in the Surge tier. Yeah, Yellow Lance is so much worse for sure. Ekans had a time of 1:14.15. Koffing did not really come that close to this. Like, Ekans had 15 resets and 11 blackouts. I think if you played the game time, 4 hours and 26 minutes on Ekans. What's the Koffing game time? 4 hours and 58 minutes. Some of that is me just like wandering around, not knowing exactly what to do with Giovani in the mid game. But overall, I do think that Ekans is the slightly faster Pokemon if we play infinite number of runs, or we play 1,000 runs. I think Ekans is on average going to be faster than Koffing. That said, just like Koffing's Brock split alone just ruins it a lot, and Ekans has wrapped to solve a bunch of problems. So the more times you play Ekans playthrough, the more Ekans is going to shave off of its run, and Koffing is just going to get ceilinged by Brock, which pushes its time high no matter what it does later on in the game. That said, I think Koffing's results are quite respectable today. That said, of Team Rocket Pokemon, both of these two are going to get completely destroyed by Meowth. Meowth is pretty good for a first stage Pokemon, so we're going to do Meowth next. I'm not going to promise when that's going to be. It might be next Thursday. It might be on Sunday, but probably not on Sunday. Most likely Thursday, maybe Friday if Thursday doesn't happen. Sunday, Thursday, and Friday are the days that I stream if I have time. Okay, this was fun. Hope everyone enjoyed Koffing. I had so much fun playing this thing. A lot more fun than I was expecting, actually. And the stream wasn't ridiculously long. I have been live right now for like 4 hours and 30 minutes. Will there be a Wobbuffet backport run? Yeah, we've already finished the backport for it. We did it a long time ago. I just haven't played it and made the video. Okay, thanks for watching. I'm not going to do a post stream on Twitch today. I am just going to take off because there's lots of stuff for me to do that I have to attend to right away. So thanks for watching, and if you made it this far, you're incredible. See you next time.